I am very happy to have my next guest join us. He is a very talented artist, has garnered millions of streams, sold tons of records, and now has a new EP called Always Yours. It is Banners. Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you doing, man?
Very good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good.
So this is my, quarantine check-in with all the various artists in the industry.
Sure.
So how are you and where are you?
I am probably losing my mind. I think I'm in Toronto in Canada at the moment, but I sort of made about a week ago. I decided I think I could do with going back to Liverpool for a little bit and go and get a hug off my mom.
Now,
it's all good, man.
Toronto, Canada, that's an interesting place to be quarantining. Is this your home? Is this a writing getaway?
Yeah, well, this is where I've lived here for about 5 years now, which it's been great. I mean, there's Canada it's a very welcoming place anyway to immigrants, which is what I am, obviously, and I think they are. And it's a very professional music city, Toronto as well. I think they're really working hard to create a national product, and I think there's a lot of evidence, with The Weeknd and Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes and Arcade Fire that it's working. So it's a good place to be.
Is this a secret plot for a collaboration of some sort with Drake?
Well, you never know, do you? You can never really foresee the future. I would be quite surprised.
There's some people, they like to manifest, right? They really believe in manifesting their destiny. So if they just move to his city.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the truth is, even from being a small kid, the thing I always wanted to do was anything to do with Liverpool Football Club. So I've probably moved in the opposite direction to manifest that self for myself, but there you go.
Well, you needed to plant the seeds. You needed a foundation to start with, right? And
exactly.
Then as time goes on.
Yeah.
I love the interesting background here because it looks like a kitchen/studio.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
So obviously that's the less dramatic side, and then on this side is so this guitar is a Telecaster, which is already quite a heavy one, but that is a particularly heavy guitar. And I myself hung it on the wall about 2 weeks ago, and I am not all that great at home improvement stuff. So that is definitely falling down, I would say. And it's going to be the middle of the night as well. So,
well, you're in Canada. I think you're a little safer than I would be if I were to do something like that, being in San Francisco. It's like, what else can go wrong in 2020? And I know I'm going to jinx us right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, I think all the jinxing has clearly happened, hasn't it? So I don't think we need to worry about jinxing it anymore. I don't think we can be any more jinxed.
Well, you certainly have provided a soundtrack for this year for quite a few people with Someone to You. Congrats on the additional exposure. The song was already great. This is what, a 3-year-old song, 4-year-old song or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And now the kids are finding it.
I know, which is I mean, the main thing is that it's a privilege, it's such an honor that I think with music, you just want to make someone's day a little bit better. And obviously the more times people listen to it, hopefully the more days that you are making just a tiny little bit better. I'm not saying that I'm taking somebody's day from a dark thundercloud into some sort of bright sunshine utopia. I'm just saying that if you can just contribute slightly to making things a little bit better, then that's really it's such a gift that you've given the opportunity to do that. So when you look at Spotify streaming numbers, and it doesn't really matter if it's in the millions or if it's singers, even if you think if a singer has 10,000 streams on Spotify, that's 10,000 times you've made someone's day a little bit better. What an amazing thing that is. I'm basically always really relieved that not every one of my songs is designed to be on the radio, and that obviously it's very important to have those songs, and especially the way Spotify works now, very important to have your focus song that you're going to get people to you know, you're going to get playlisted and get people to really drive people to that song. But I'm always really relieved that there's a catalogue of music that people can then go and find if they want, you know, and that it's not just banger after banger, and because you want people to discover it, don't you? I mean, your thing is called B-sides, and B-sides are always a really exciting idea. And actually, just as I was signing into Zoom, I was thinking it's a bit of a shame that the concept of a B-side doesn't really exist in the same way. You know, that you can have this music that doesn't need to be an A-side, and it doesn't need to, but it can just be there as a little thing. I mean, we're all music fans, and some of my favorite music are B-sides. In fact, you know, most of my favorite songs are, because you discover it yourself then, don't you?
That's right. And that's exactly what inspired the name. Thanks for catching on to that.
Yeah, it's great. Two of my favorite songs in the world are Coldplay B-sides from the first, I think it wasn't the first music they released, but the first single they released was a song called Shiver, which was on Parachutes. One's called For You and the other one's called Careful Where You Stand. And they probably wouldn't, you know, I can see why they didn't fit on Parachutes, and they're definitely not radio songs, but like they're probably two of my most listened to songs in the last 20 years, I think.
So what you're saying is that your next batch of music is basically going to be a whole bunch of B-sides.
Well, ironically, I mean, I suppose the thing now is because someone to you is, you know, doing what it's doing on Spotify, and obviously there's a bit of a radio campaign with it now, which is showing some very positive signs. So the real thing now is to find the radio follow-up to it, basically. So actually the total opposite of B-sides. But that's a good thing as well, because I think left to my own devices, I would just write B-sides. So it's good to work with you know, people that know how to write a real hooky song.
Well, congrats on all the attention and recognition that you're getting so far. It's well deserved and really great to chat with you.
Great to talk to you, man. Thanks for having me.